Really? You gotta
gotta
be kidding me.
I just saw a bunch of ropes fly down. All right, here's the deal, folks.
They're not hanging anybody, are they?
There's Jesus.
Yes.
I'm gonna turn the computer around. This is insane.
You should wave to the guys.
They're not here quite yet. All right, Dad. Dodge came out with a new Challenger. All right.
Yeah.
Dodge unveiled the brand new 2023 Challenger SRT Demon 170. This thing is insane. Truly insane. The really got to be kidding me is partly that they made it. The other part, Dad, is the fact that we are already seeing dealers $50,000 upcharge by Texas-based Denton Dodge. What the heck is Dodge doing here with the 170? I'm muting myself. You have fun with this one.
This is the end of an era. This is the last of their Hemi muscle cars. This particular vehicle will produce over 1,000 horsepower. And for those of you who need to get from 0 to 60 in like a heartbeat, you'll be able to do it. You'll be able to do it in 1.66 seconds. Why you would need to do it is beyond me. But if you spend whatever it's going to take, and if dealers are adding $50,000 markup to a vehicle that's going to have an MSRP of just under $100,000, so for $150,000, you'll be able to go from 0 to 60 in 1.66 seconds and probably blow through 2 or 3 gallons of gasoline while you're doing it. I understand there are muscle car enthusiasts out there who, it's the end of an era. They don't want to see these cars go. There will be people who buy them with the intention of never really using them. And 20 years from now, taking them to Scottsdale, Arizona for the Barrett Jackson auto auction in January of that year, so that they can turn around and get a couple $1 million for that car because somebody's going to be clamoring for those. God bless them. I'm glad there's a market for it. I'm not interested in that market, and I'm certainly not interested in getting anywhere that quickly. Not at my age.
3,000 of them being made. 4 of them are going to that Texas dealership, and they've already said, it's going to be $150,000. It honestly provides even more validation to these OEMs who are, for example, GM, stopping production of some of their Silverados. It just adds more fuel to that fire of why shouldn't dealers make specialty vehicles that are upmarket super expensive, because it just shows that the pricing power is there. And it makes me sad. There should be collectible cars. I think that's awesome. There should be special vehicles. I think that's awesome. It's just disappointing because it shows that there's still the opportunity for OEMs to just keep going up market, make things more unaffordable.
I mean, think about it. If they're only going to make 3,000 of them, okay, you can be one of 3,000 people that owns one. Okay, and there are people that see that as a very positive thing. So that if I had an interest in that and I had, an absurd amount of money, then I would go, I want to be one of those 3,000 people, and I'll pay whatever it takes to be one of those 3,000 people. And so I appreciate it, and I appreciate the way that Stellantis has been playing this game, because they've been talking for 2 or 3 years now that they're going to do away with the muscle cars, and they keep saying this is the last year, this is the last year, this is the last model, and then every year there seems to be another year and another model. Who knows if this is legitimately the last year and the last model, but allegedly at this point it is, and so there'll certainly be more than 3,000 people that want one of those.
Now, just because you're part of the 3,000 that has something doesn't always mean it's the best thing possible. I'm going to share my screen one more time, Dad. We had a cyber attack over at Ferrari.
Yes.
So I know you were really devastated by this because
I've never been more thankful that I chose not to purchase the Ferrari when I was looking at it, because God knows that had my customer data could have been hacked Okay, so I would have never bought a Ferrari because I could never afford a Ferrari, and B, if I bought the Ferrari and I got in it, I could never get out of it. So that would become my new home. And I wouldn't be able to do these live broadcasts with you from inside that Ferrari because the tall lights that I use, just I would have never been able to get them in the vehicle. But if you want to steal customer data because there could be value in it, yeah, I would think Ferrari's customer data would be pretty valuable data. Those are have to be some well-heeled folks that are buying, driving, owning, experiencing Ferraris on a regular basis. Hey, you can get 25% off with our car buying help just by saying Gold 25.
And Dad, good news. You can also save $100 on an extended warranty. Use Gold 100. Offer ends at the end of the month. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, saving of the gold for everybody concerned.
Hyundai is the only automaker that is trying to keep up with Ford in terms of challenges and issues with their vehicles. We've got another fire recall going on. 568,000 vehicles. Hyundai is advising owners to park vehicles outside and away from structures because of fire risks associated with 2019 to 2023 Santa Cruz, 2021 to 2023 hybrids, and 2022 and 2023 plug-in hybrids, as well as the 2022 to 2023 Santa Cruz compact pickups. Hyundai has so much potential, Dad. They have so much potential. And then this happens.
I'm gonna ask the question.
Yeah.
How does a brand like Hyundai, Kia grow at the rate that they grow, having the fire issues, the known fire issues and engine issues that they have? Is it merely because not enough people are aware of the issues that these cars have, that it hasn't been communicated in a way for the public to really get it and understand it? Because if I was going to spend money for a car or a crossover or a pickup truck, whatever it may be, and the history of the brand is such that they have been plagued with engine failures and fires, I personally think, regardless of how good looking the vehicles are, that I would want to consider something else that has a better track record. Is it the mainstream media's fault that this isn't played up more, that this isn't reported on more, that it isn't a bigger issue? Because it should be. They had the problems with their Theta engines. They had other fire issues. It doesn't make sense to me that as a brand you can continue to sell more vehicles and grow market share while you are producing vehicles that catch on fire more frequently than other brands. I don't get it.
Price point's attractive. People like the slick design. They're not thinking about the fact that once it goes out of warranty, there are these issues. Hell, these are in warranty, Dad.
Okay. So the price point's good. Great. Does each one of them come with a couple fire extinguishers? I mean, the Pinto at one time, the Ford Pinto, that if it got rear-ended because of where the gas tank was and something that could puncture it, that there was a greater likelihood of a fire if the vehicle, so it was a great value. The car was a great value, but what would have made it a better value was an asbestos driving suit to protect you in case you were rear-ended. So yeah, Hyundai's a great price point. What difference does that price point make if it's burnt up? Okay, then you're dealing with your insurance company. Then you have to go replace the vehicle. Hopefully yours wasn't parked in the garage when it did catch on fire. There's got to be more to that buying decision than, well, it's good looking and it's a good price point.